Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here, and we are playing with this deck that I absolutely love, and I'm going to start out with a Goblin Demolisher. It's been really solid. Obviously, biggest weakness is if you go up against something like a bowler, it's going to struggle, of course, but besides that, everything else seems to work out pretty well here. This is definitely going to force us some more elixir from our opponent, so just waiting to see. Okay, so he's going to opt for that. A little interesting. I'm just going to go for the recruits here. Yeah, so he's going to have Lava Hound. Definitely a pretty common deck that I feel like I've been seeing. We'll have the Executioner, main source of air defense here. So just something to keep in mind. I might wait for those the Lava Dragon or the Skeleton Dragon to come over first. And then I'll drop my Executioner here. And then I'll go for the Cage. Because yeah, it looks like it's not really going to get... that fireball, obviously, with the skeleton dragons would have taken that out. So I wanted to be extra careful there. I'm just going to arrows this down. Probably didn't even need it, to be honest. And we'll just reset here. And we'll get the Ram Rider going on this side. It looks like we're going to be going opposite lane. So if our opponent's got the Barbarians, it's going to be a little bit interesting here. We have the Demolisher, of course, so this should do a pretty good job. Basically does what the Bomber does, maybe a little bit less effective, but you're still able to have a pretty solid counter push here. So I know typically sometimes I've had Bomber in that place, but the Demolisher just gives you extra capabilities for, basically 2 more elixir. So we're going to get that connection really nice. That's what you want all the time. Now let's get the Executioner going here. We will have enough for the recruits, which should buy our Executioner enough time. So let's see what he does here. We're just going to go for the recruits like this. That's totally fine. Executioner is doing double damage because that Lava Drag or the Lava Hound is so close to our tower. Totally fine with me. I'm going to go Ram Rider here. Then I'm going to go for the Log. Oh, he dropped his Lava Hound and not his Barbarians like I thought he might have. So we're going to go for this here. Should be pretty good to clean all of this stuff up. We're just going to arrows this down. We'll go with the Executioner here as well. And should be able to kind of clean everything up. And look at that. Just absolutely beautiful stuff right there. We're just going to go for... Oh, he's going Barbarians right at the bridge. Pretty interesting there. So we're going to have to take this out pretty quickly here. Not really expecting that from him, but totally fine. Executioner is going to do a great job there. He's still going to have to defend all of this. Or we can just probably cycle him out, if I had to guess. That should probably bring it to enough to where I just need to cycle to another set of, another log and arrows. And we'll be perfectly fine here to wrap things up. So we're just going to go Goblin Demolisher up high in case he plans on playing anything. But yeah, all in all, really solid stuff. Executioner is really your only air defense. But in this matchup, you're not really going to need anything else. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. Alright, next match here. Keeping things going. And we can start out with the Cage. Totally fine. Seeing the Hunter makes me think it's going to be Royal Giant. We don't have a heavy spell in this deck, so definitely going to be one of those things where I really wish we would have that. But alright, so it's going to be the Monk with the RG. I'm just going to wait for everything to cross. I'll bleed a little elixir. Sometimes that's, more than worth it. We're going to slowly take out that Hunter. And he does have Fisherman, so we need to be careful of that. But we have some recruits left, so he can't quite drop his Fisherman. Plus, he's got a few things on the left side he's got to contend with. That allows our Ram Rider to connect on through for a lot of damage before he finally is able to pull that over. So I'm going to go for Demolisher here. That's probably going to force him to pop that ability, I think is what he'll do. This is going to be a little interesting. I'm going to go Executioner. Should be able to take out that Fisherman for the most part. So all in all, not too bad. We have the Cage, which obviously isn't as useful against Royal Giant, but we're going to pull him in anyways. We have logs, so that's one of those benefits of rocking log instead of bar barrel. You're going to lose some ability, instead of having a troop like with the bar barrel when you use log, but in a situation like this, it's going to be very useful. Even against giants, golems, whatever it may be, tanks, princes as well, since there's so many prints going on around right now. Let's just go E-Spirit. I'm going to go Ram Rider here. I expect him to just go with his Fisherman or Monk, I guess. But that's just going to push it closer. He played the monk way too late, so I think that's actually going to work out to our benefit. Let's go with the Demolisher here and slowly chip down that monk. I think the Demolisher is going to get pushed down the other lane though. Oh, it doesn't, so that's really nice because this is going to likely explode on the Hunter. But we need to get ready for defense here. So we're going to go Executioner. We're going to go for the cage, of course. We're going to log this back. Oh, he did pop that ability. I didn't realize he had popped that ability. Oh, this is definitely not good. We have recruits on the tower, so we just need to defend this somewhat moderately efficiently, and we'll be fine here. And it looks like we're going to be able to defend this pretty well. I'm going to go for cage. I know he's got something just waiting. Where is his... He probably just gave up at this point. But yeah, that's one of those benefits. Even though the evil recruits isn't, you know, all that great right now because of all the nerfs that they've given it, the recruits by themselves just gives you so much value. And it's really, really solid stuff, you know, in a matchup like this where they really want to focus up on one side, and that's really it. Good game, well played. Let's get on to it. All right, next match here, up against Royal Chef. So I am very worried that this is going to be that P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Machine deck. If that's the case, this is going to be a really, really interesting matchup. And I think it is going to be that deck because that deck always rocks Rage. I'm just going to go for the cage here. I think it's the least bad of what we can drop right now. I'll let him spell cycle that side a little bit, whatever he wants. You know, we're going to get something going here. He does have his bomber, so I'm just going to arrows this down. Maybe force him to drop his P.E.K.K.A. or something. Yeah, on that side. We do get low chip damage. Let's go Executioner here. See if he drops the machine and the Goblin Machine in the back. It's typically what they would do. Alright, I'll go recruits here. So I'll keep 3. Oh, I was trying to keep 3 on the other side. But that's totally fine. It's going to work out. He's going to have to defend that left side. He doesn't have bomber, so maybe not as efficient for him to defend everything. Executioner, though, should give us a decent lineup on that tower for a few hits every now and then at least. So pretty solid, I would say. We almost get another hit off, which would have been nice. I'm going to go with the Demolisher here. That gets yoinked in. We're going to have to go for a log here. And that's going to clean that up finally. That sometimes does freak me the heck out. You know, just the amount of damage. Just the sheer amount of damage it can output. He's going to have to respond to this. Probably, okay, he's going to go bomber. Which makes sense, but we're going to be able to take that out. So all in all, pretty solid. What I want to do here is I literally just want to wait for him to do something. Ideally, he's going to go P.E.K.K.A. in the back, which I feel like they almost always do. Or they drop a lot of elixir in the back, especially heading into double elixir. So I'm just going to go Ramrod down the other side here, which seems wild. He will have enough for... oh, he's going to go for E-Wiz. Okay, I'm just going to arrows this. Maybe not so much worth it, but I really wanted to defend that. I'm going to go cage here, and then I'm going to go for recruits. He does have that goblin curse, so that's something we got to keep in mind. I'm going to go ahead and log all of these goblins that are basically spawning, and then hopefully be able to defend this moderately. We weren't able to get enough counter push on that other side because he has the deck or the version with E-Wiz instead, which makes things really, really challenging. I'm going to go Ram Rider here in the back, and I'm going to go for one last desperation push. Going to go like this here. We have Executioner as well, so we can definitely make something happen. He does have that E-Wiz, so that's expected to come down pretty soon. Let's go for log here. Keeping our Ram Rider as healthy as possible is going to be key. Ram Rider does get that final hit off, which is perfect. I know I overcommitted, but now, you know, we're going to try and whittle down that Goblin Machine quickly. That right side tower is down a pretty decent amount already, so that's going to be good for us as well. Now let's get arrows ready. Oh, that might have just bought us a hit or forced out more elixir. Either way, that's going to work out for us. Let's go Executioner here, because that's going to take out that E-Wiz. And we're going to go for recruits right here. This is going to be perfect. Yeah, we're going to take damage, but we're going to take out that E-Wiz, which is going to be a lot more important. And really all that is right now, I'm not that worried about everything else. I'm just going to arrows this down, just slowly cycle them out. And we're going to obviously wait for that Demolisher to cross first. Oh, he was able to, he blocked it, so that worked out pretty well. Let's go E-Spirit on this side. So he blocked it pretty well, and there's not much else I can say about that. I'm going to go Executioner here. And if he goes for the Goblin, yeah, he's doing that. So I'm going to go for Recruits here. I'm just going to arrows this down. And we're just going to slowly but surely kind of take everything out here. We're going to log this. He's going to get a lot of damage. There's not much I can do about that there. But I'm going to take some damage and hopefully, you know, kind of get this back right here. We have that Executioner lineup, and the Demolisher is going to help clean things up. Good game, well played. That's how you're going to have to play it against this deck. Really, really solid stuff. Let's get on to it. All right, next match here. Let's keep things rolling. We can just cycle the E-Spirit as he goes with 1 Elixir Skeletons. We have the Demolisher. I'm just going to go Demolisher here and see what else he's got. This could be basically any cycle deck. We don't have log, unfortunately, so that's going to be interesting. Let's just log this. Yeah, we're just gonna log it. It's fine, you know, it is what it is. It's gonna run right past it and take out the Firecracker, so really nice. So obviously, if you don't know by now, the cage is gonna do perfect against a hog like this, especially if you time it right. I didn't. I dropped it a little bit late and a little bit back, which made all the difference right there. Else we should have been able to fully counter that Hog Rider without any hits. So he's just going to have a bunch of cycle cards, and he's probably just going to pop the ability, if I had to guess. Yeah, there's that Firecracker. Really, really annoying Firecracker stuff, right? We're going to arrows this down. And we just got to get ready for a push here. I'm going Demolisher a little aggressively. I typically wouldn't suggest that, but we're going to go Ram Rider here anyways. That's going to slow it down at least a little bit and damage it down. We're going to go for a log. So we're going to give up a hit, but we're also going to get some damage back because that Mighty Miner comes down pretty late. If anything, I probably should have gone for the E-Spirit as well, just to force out some more Elixir, but there was no real guarantee. You know, he wouldn't have gone for a log, but maybe that would have been great as well. Either way, we're going to be able to take out this Mighty Miner, and we still barely survived that. So we know he has Evil Firecracker, and he wants to use it. It's almost guaranteed that that's what they want to do. So I'm just going to get my E-Spirit going to mirror his Ice Spirit. And we're going to go for recruits. We're doing the recruits. We're going to get Demolisher going because he's probably going to go Firecracker. There's no other reason why they would do that. Yeah, there's that Firecracker. Almost predicted it almost perfectly to a T. Really, really solid. He's going to have to go for a interesting log. But that's going to be a-okay there. We do click that Mighty Miner, actually. Let's go for this here. Let's go for the cage as well. This should be good. And that's going to do good on that side. We're going to add a little bit of split lane pressure going on right here. Arrows down that Firecracker. And we forced out that Tesla, which is going to be perfect for us, which means we can do something like this. Let's go for the E-Spirit as well, because he's going to want to go Mighty Miner. E-Spirit does jump on, and our Ram Rider does break on through for some really, really nice damage there. So let's go for the cage. I know he's probably just going to, you know, go with an Earthquake. And we're going to go with the recruits here. Where's that Firecracker? I mean, that Firecracker is almost always going to come down to help him on defense. But we're going to arrows that down, and we are basically 1 arrows and log away from taking this W here. Let's do this. I don't want to really do anything else. I'm just going to go for a log, go for the E-Spirit, and then just cycle the arrows. And that right there is going to be another solid match. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here. Keeping things rolling. And we can start it with that E-Spirit, or we might need to do something like this here if he's got log bait and we don't have arrows and we don't have log to start out. So 8 elixir to defend 3, not exactly the recipe for success here, but we should be able to defend this pretty easily and maybe even take him out on their side, which would be pretty nice. If he's got Prince, this is going to be interesting. He does go for Princess, which means, I mean, he still can have Prince. The Goblin Brawler is going to be absolutely amazing for that type of situation. I'm going to go Goblin Cage right here. So if he pops that ability, it's going to be great for us. I'm going to log this here, and we should be good. Yeah, take out that Dark Goblin. Really, really nice. I'll take that any day of the week. That interaction is pretty nice. So he doesn't have that. I wonder if he's got that princess just waiting to drop behind this. Gonna go E-Spirit up high, and that should be good enough to defend. I'm gonna go Demolisher here. Oh no, we dropped it too late. Alright, so we're gonna take 2 hits here. And see, does he have a building? He doesn't really have a building. So we're going to be able to break on through there. Dark Goblin is going down the opposite lane, or the side that he doesn't want anyways. It's just fine. We'll give him some damage. Gonna log this. Yeah, just gonna log this. I'd rather just take the hit, take 1 stab per goblin, then miss, and then, you know, really suffer the consequences afterwards. Alright, this should be pretty solid here on defense. He did just pop that ability, but we can just go for another set of recruits in the back. So he's gonna go Dark Goblin for sure on this. So where is that Dark Goblin? Come on, Dark Goblin. I'm literally waiting for those Dark Goblins to drop, or that Dark Goblin to drop. We can definitely go for something like the Ram Rider here. Obviously, I would have loved the Demolisher in front. Where is that Dark Goblin? Okay, he's not going to drop it, which is great because our Ram Rider is going to break on through. We should take out that Rascal Girl with no problem. Then we can probably go for the cage here. That's way back. Oh, that looked back for me, but I guess not. Totally fine though. We have some cushion to work with. Definitely don't want to eat into that too much. So let's get something rolling here. So where is that dark? I know he's got that Dark Goblin just waiting to pounce. Let's see. Yeah, there's that Dark Goblin. We're gonna arrows that. We're not gonna miss it. We're gonna go for the log here. Take out that Goblin Barrel. We have Ram Rider for basically full-on charge towards that tower, forcing out a set of guards. And we should be able to deal most of that damage there on the guards. We'll go for another cage here just to block. And we'll slow roll a set of recruits here. It's always one of those benefits of rocking the Goblin Cage and then having a troop still alive, and then you can slow roll things from the back. So we'll get an Executioner going here. That should be pretty solid. I'm gonna go ahead and opt to take a little bit of damage if need be. I'm gonna arrows this down. We have the Demolisher and we have that Executioner still healthy. Oh my gosh, the Executioner is going to lock onto things that I didn't think it was going to, which is really nice, like taking out that Goblin, that Girl Rascal, and we have a massive push here, and he doesn't have a big spell. Guys, he does not have a big spell, so how in the world does he plan on defending this? Actually, he probably cannot, and that right there is going to be a down tower by so many troops. Good game, well played. This deck is really solid. Right now, I just see so many benefits of rocking log and arrows. If you really want, maybe swap out, you know, log for bar barrel, but right now I've seen a lot more benefits of being able to reach the tower and also, you know, just be able to help spell cycle your opponent out at the end of the match. Bar barrel is not going to reach the tower as a spell, so that's just one of those things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as I continue to push up towards the end of the season. If you guys did, please like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.